Welcome to the channel. Make sure my headset's going. And it looks like we're good. Welcome to the channel, guys. This is Reliable Rudy. Just gonna keep nursing. We're gonna do a little bit more live trading. We'll recap a little bit, but for the most part, we're gonna continue going over some of these trades that we got in today and see if maybe we can find something in the last hour and 15 minutes. I am very comfortable with this GSIT position. When we're over here, we'll go over this trade briefly here in a little bit. Before we do any analysis or any more live trading, you guys know I'm not a licensed financial advisor. Everything in this live stream is just sharing my opinion. I believe short-term trading is a big voting machine, and it can be very volatile. And what you want to happen doesn't always happen. But in the long run, if we're looking at more long-term trading, I believe that is a winning machine. I believe equity, stocks, crypto, ETFs, indexes, I believe in the long run they are going to trade near its intrinsic value. I'm a firm believer of that. So as I said, just sharing my opinion in this analysis and this live stream, and we will get to the breakdown. Just give me a brief moment, and we will get this underway. More so a quick update on the GSIT. We did just get a fill at 790, 798, and 8 flat. We are looking for further extension. I have not added anything on the ask as I'm getting set up, but we are going to go get some bids on the ask as we reloaded the GSIT position. If you are new to the channel, I will go over the trade and why we held it against us down here and why we reloaded it down here. Just because I reloaded it doesn't mean that this is going to continue for upside. I'm going to give you a breakdown here shortly. So just let me get this set up and we will be good to go. Okay, so just a breakdown of the GSIT position. Nothing's really changed on the chart. There was a couple things that I made some minor tweaks to as I was getting more information in. But we identified a nice uptrend that's been holding. We got a little disconnected from that uptrend, and the last couple days we've had some sideways action. We're on a 15-minute chart right here. Here's the opening candle. We had a 718 fill. We were trying to get more off this previous top. Obviously we didn't. We trimmed it on the way up. We actually got a reload in the middle of this candle. We tried getting another reload on this candle, weren't able to do that, and we got a nice follow through. Our best print is an 820, and we reloaded it, we trimmed it up. We tried getting an 810. We were not able to get an 8, actually it was an 815. We tried getting an 815 print, and this is kind of when we identified this potential descending channel. Now, previous support, it's rejecting it, rejecting it, rejecting it. We pushed through it. Now I'm just looking for it to hold. Our best reload, we had 2 reloads. We hit a reload here. We had some prints up, and we tried getting one off of 765, which is basically this previous high, and it was against our EMAs. This is a pretty good example of just because the indicators are there doesn't mean that if it's below the indicator, it can still be a bad trade. And the reason why we have this uptrend, before we had this uptrend actually set more so like this, and you can see we have some trading underneath of this uptrend, but I'm going to show you why I adjusted this uptrend, and I simply think that it's the 30-minute chart that gives you a really good understanding. You have an initial green move, one drawback candle or pullback candle, and then we have 3 nice green candles to the upside where we have our descending channel. Now the levels on my 30-minute chart, when you have higher moves or longer term moves, we can go to the hour chart. You guys know I like trading bull flags. I look at this as a nice green move. We have 3 green candles to the upside. Volume exceeds our first initial move, and I was looking at this as another bull flag that's panning out. So 1, 2, third candle starts making the move, I want to see the volume start picking up in this candle. So we have an out at 798 and 8 flat. I just want to see if this pulls back. I just want to see this kind of hold as support now and just continuation of this uptrend. If you go to that 30-minute candle, you can see we've never set a close below this, and we're getting close to wicking towards it. So this is kind of why we liked this type of setup and why we didn't want to paper hand it, when, especially when we had a 718 original entry. We trimmed it all the ways up, had some reloads, and we are continuing to trim this name as it was going to the upside. So as of right now, with it being and setting a close above this, all I want to do is see this uptrend continue to hold. If I was looking to get out, I would probably be looking around this 765. Just because, I don't want to end up holding this back down to 7 flat where the original uptrend is at. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. So GSIT, we got a couple prints. We're not going to reload it. We're just going to hold this position. We have 9 minutes left on this candle. I do see a small bit of increased volume, and now we're getting a pullback candle and not very much volume in this candle. So I kind of like the setup for some continuation. Excuse me. So looking forward, so Sound Hound, we are still sitting in this position. Ignore that chart because honestly, we have our stop in on this name. I believe it's at a 6 below this wick right here. Yes, this is where our alert's at. Uh, you know, should I respect this level? This is kind of a sloppy sort of chart setup. But one thing that I do like about it is it was able to push this downtrend and kind of hold. And we might have some sort of channel build right here. It's really not the best looking chart setup. So all we do is we have a stop in that keeps us at a green trade. We have a couple prints on this wick. I didn't want it to just fall back down. When it kind of gave up this original uptrend is when we said, okay, let's go put a stop in on this name and we'll go from there. So that's Sound Hound. Moving forward, FVRR. We have no fills on this name today, but it is trying to hold this previous high around 2750. So that's interesting. We have an alert underneath that 2750 in case that wants to go against us. GSIT looks like it's kind of giving up the ghost a little bit, but still holding a 790. Decent support that it can still hold, so that's okay. Lucid, I'm actually interested to look back at this name because I had to stop in, and it looks like we got stopped out. I didn't even know I was stopped out. But one thing I did say is, can this support down here hold? So I'm not actually in a Lucid trade, and I'm probably not going to enter back into it today as I took a small hit on that name today. You know what happens. I try to keep the losses at a minimal. But from my 638 stop right here, I would say the price is lower from where I stopped out at. So whatever, you can take that however way you see fit. What else is on there? We have Unity. Unity, we have no fills in Unity. This was our solo sticky note name, and it's actually trying to break this downtrend right now. So this is not really what I wanted to see. Maybe you can play some leeway with that, but I really wanted to see some price action get down to 33, which is a previous top, and this even draws back further to the left of the chart. So I look at this as some pretty decent support. I just want to see it kind of play out of a descending channel to the downside before we end up taking a fill on that name. A notable one that I did get alerted on was right here. We simply put an alert around this 825. We got alerted. It would be 7 cents in the money. I just don't know if I want to trade this name today. But I will say the daily chart setup, only one pullback candle where I would have been a little bit more interested had it pulled back to like this 750 kind of flat top breakout that it had. Had it pulled back into 750, maybe there's a little bit more of a trade to be had here. But looking back over the GSIT, I do like this sort of setup for a longer term. I'm going to try and hold a piece of this into the close, as you could have some sort of ascending channel. I'm not sure the perfect way to put that, but you can see this uptrend has been holding very well, and 4 days of consolidation on this bull flag. We were never able to set a close underneath of this price. Call it a 750. We were never, or where is this? Call it a 650. We'll just say 650 because that's a nice whole quarter number, top of this wick. We were never able to really pull back far enough, and now putting in a green candle like this, I'm just want to try and hold a piece for any further move to the upside is what I'm looking for. So not very much volume coming in on this channel break. So maybe it's not a perfectly set channel. It's tough to say. We still have 4 minutes left in this candle, so some buyers can still come in. But I mean, from the entries that I've had, I have no interest in really selling it right now. I want to get further price action into those 8s. If it can really keep following this, if we just cleared the chart and put this uptrend in, I really just want to see it continue to follow this uptrend. And if it can build a U shape, maybe we're looking at a potential breakout price at this 825. If we got to 825, I think the volume would be a lot higher as well. But yeah, they just wanted the live stream and kind of touch base on the trade. I know we had it early in the day, and yeah, other than that, we're just kind of going to be nursing this position. It's nothing. I'm going to go take a look at the tape right now, and I do see we have 22 lots on 83, so kind of where this price is at, so that's kind of holding it. So it's nice to see that there is some buying pressure at a lower price, and there's only 2 lots on 88, so that can be taken out pretty easily, and this can turn into a wick. We have 3 minutes left on this candle, and just not really that much volume coming into this right now. We can go take a look at some top volume gainers. I seen this BAOS. We identified a descending channel, and had I been paying attention to it, maybe it could have been worth having an alert around that 10 flat, and when it reclaimed that, you could have maybe tried it. But now that we have a little bit more volume coming in, we have some wicks. It's still rejecting some levels. Can this turn into some sort of ascending channel? Maybe. So let's just clear the chart out there and get a fresh look. We can see this was resistance, or should have been resistance, but we were able to claim, and now it's wicking into it. Can that hold? And I would say you can probably run that down to the bottom of these wicks and these previous high wicks, which call it 10-15. So just looking for a 10 hold there. Maybe there is a trade to be had, but still it's possible that the actual descending channel could be something like this. So I don't think this name is really out of the woods yet. Something like that. There we go. But yeah, just if it can break this channel, maybe there's something there. Maybe we are at an early build, something like that, where if this wants to hold and then we curl up and we take out this high, maybe there's a trade to be had here, as you can run this over a little bit further to the left of the chart. So call it like a 1090 break potentially. Now I know it might suck buying it at a higher price, but when you get a little bit more conviction, sometimes you get a little bit more confidence with the trade. Looking back over the GSIT, we can see we do have that wick coming in the last minute and a half of trading here, and the size is actually following it up the tape. So we have 4 lots on 89s right now. Soundhound, this is just kind of a sloppy looking chart, honestly. I'm kind of half tempted to just go take a piece off. I think I am. That means I'm gonna have to take off this stop, and let's go find it. So let's replace this and just take a piece off, and I'm actually gonna take off around 30% of the size that we have on this. Just mark it. even though it looks like it's still holding some levels, it's putting wicks into the previous high, which if we look over to the left, this is the previous lows. I wanted to see it take out. Uh, yeah, and there's nothing really further to the left. It's still holding above this level, but all it would take is a red engulfing through that, and then I'm selling this name at 270 or 268 instead of just taking a piece off right here. If we get a further move to the upside, you know, that's going to be looked at as a positive anyways, as we still have 50% of the position. So let's go ahead and, you know, it is stacking on 76 right now. But still, I think we respect it and we just take a piece off. So we did, and now I'm going to go put that stop back in. We'll do it at 268. That keeps it at a green trade. So let's go 268. And we're going to re-put that stop back in there and kind of just let it ride. Kind of what I like to preach is get the entry, hold a piece, respect some levels, and hold a piece for the dream. If this wants to maybe go and test up to this previous low up here, which is a 283, we're actually just going to move this alert to the top end because we have the stop, and it's either going to stop us out or we're going to get some further move to the upside. So that's kind of how I'm going to play that, and we can go take a look at GSIT. So kind of passing the rules, we got 2 decent candles to the upside, rejecting 8. The pullback candle, really light volume. We have 14 minutes left on this candle. I just want to see some volume start coming back into this. And let's see if we can get over top of, let's just start with 8. Let's put that down just a little bit and say 8 flat. Let's get over top of 8 flat and see if we can get some further move to the upside. Let's see if we can look around and find anything. So this BAOS, I just see it as, I don't have enough clarity on this. I would like to see a little, even with this indecision candle right here, you're getting, it's a red candle and the volume's increasing, and really not the most volume for what it's relatively was doing early in the day. If it got over 1090, maybe there's something there. But last hour of the day, who knows? Maybe this just wicks up and then comes right back in. So I'm a lot more interested in just holding the positions that we have and seeing where we can go with what we have on the day. Is there anything else I see worthy? Oh, we can go talk about Intel. So I did like this chart setup that Intel had going. It had a nice green move with the increasing volume. Now, anytime I see consecutive candles like this, now, whether you guys are familiar with the channel or not, maybe you guys aren't. We can do a little back history on this. This was the day we really wanted to get into Intel. It showed a strength of getting over top of this high. So we respected it as it came back in. We had a 25 fill, we had a 10 fill, and we were on the bid for this gap. This gap up. We're on the bid at 29 flat. This candle comes down to 29 flat, and we didn't get a fill. So I was pretty disappointed in that. But even then, we had traded this at this 30 flat. We said we liked this flat top that it was able to break through at 30. And looking over at the daily chart, it'll give you a better look. We had a descending channel. You broke that channel and you retested the top of it. We were playing that 30 flat level. We averaged up. And not every time it plays out like this. But now that we're getting close to these tops, if you're looking for a scalp trade, I would say this kind of passes the rules. Now, talking about this green move, anytime I get consecutive green candles to the upside like this, I try to find that chart that has 3 green candles. So right here you can see 1, 2, 3 green candles. You have increasing volume. Now this indecision candle, you have a wick of buying at a level right at your previous high. If we just mark this previous top, direct correlation. Now it is decreasing volume a little bit high on red, but you do have a wick of buying. Now your second candle, also decreased volume and a lot less indecision. It's a lot smaller of a candle. See how this is wider and this is inside of that gap. And now this candle about even in volume, shaved bottom, and we do have a green candle, and we have 25 minutes left on this candle. If this candle has increased green volume and we are starting to flirt with the bodies of this candle, you are going to have buyers sitting right here. Now, does this wick up and kind of fake some people out, as we also have an ascending channel marked right here, and this also could run to further to the left of the chart, sort of like that. It's a 30-minute candle. I'm sure when I flip it to a 15-minute candle, there's going to be a body sitting right here. Watch. Flip it over. Wick, wick, wick. Wick top on that last candle before the pullback. Now when it claims that price, hold, hold. Gives it up, retest, and now we're rejecting that level. So can it get over top of that price and hold is what I'm going to be looking for. Looking back to GSIT, I think this is going to be one that we just end up holding into the close. If we get a gap down tomorrow, I'm going to expect some red engulfing where, oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Where if we do get a gap down, I got a good idea where this name could potentially go. Where you get a gap down, do we hold this trend line? We also have some support that we can fall back to. We have some support in here that's trying to hold, so a gap down through that. I wouldn't really expect 750 to hold very well off of this uptrend. I really just want to see this uptrend to hold. So you could see a gap down and continuation. Jesus. Gap down and continuation down to the downtrend. Do we need to chop around here a little bit before we can make a further move to the upside? All in all, I like the GSIT setup that it has, and yeah, we'll see where it goes from there. Looking at SoundHound. Kind of just a little chop session right here. It might just need to trade sideways for a bit. If 275 can hold, I do think there is some potential with this. And we'll see if this has any further upside move. But other than that, one sec, I gotta read something, guys. Let's switch back over to GSIT. Kind of just watch this play out live. I wish my chart didn't go away. That's what we're looking for. And if we are right and this is an ascending channel, I think we're going to get paid to the upside. So 7 minutes left on this candle. Not very much volume coming into this. But marking this descending channel right here, we did have a nice test of the top end of that. So I like the way that's looking. Yeah, other than that, nothing else that we're really looking at. I'm sure I can find some stuff to talk about. But I'm going to read this and kind of watch this for a little bit. So I'm going to stop talking for a little bit. Okay, I'm back. Looks like GSIT is just gonna be a slow grinder. Is it gonna kind of trade back in this channel? I don't know. We are in the back half of the day. I don't know if this is even gonna be worth looking too much into. Could this be some sort of double top? Could it be an inverse head and shoulders? Potentially. We just mark this low right here. Potentially, I think the 30-minute chart shows best where, maybe I don't even have this descending channel set correctly, where it could be set more so like this. I could see it where we end up getting some red engulfing through this. It's rejecting 8. I shouldn't count it out, as you can see it kind of maps out a little bit better there. Could this be a catalyst for a potential move to the upside? Maybe. Oh, here we're catching a little bit of a bid here. This is what we wanted to see. 795. Let's go take a look at the tape and see if we can get a further move to the upside here. So I can see 3 lots on 95 that we got to take out. There's only 5 lots on 90. So, oh boy, did you guys see that volume push up right there? So a little early signs of some volume coming into the name. Oh, Ripley. What is it, puppy? Huh? You look so sad. Huh? You look so sad. Yeah, you're okay. You don't need to go outside. I just let you outside. You gotta wait. Ripley, go lay down. Go lay down. You're okay. You're okay. Yeah, good boy. Yeah, good dog. Let's see if we can take this out at 95. So if we can take this out at 95 and we reclaim 8, I think this looks pretty good for a leg up. We're going to be pretty aggressive trimming into like this 810 up to 820. Ooh, early look. We took out 95s. There's a few lots on 96. If we can start showing 96, maybe even 8, this is gonna potentially have a nice little setup right here. Bid is stacking at 93s. Let's see if that can hold. There's 96s. Did it take those out? It took one of them out. With a minute 30 left, I do like the way that this candle is looking at the time being, unless it shows us a wick and we close at like 791. Then we might have some sort of temporary issue. I would like to see it close up high as it can possibly go. Looking over at SoundHound, just a nice slow churn. A lot of green volume coming in right there. Do we need to pull back to 75s first? Maybe. How about that on Invax? Held that uptrend pretty good and actually taking out a neckline right now. Increased volume, one pullback candle. This candle's turning green. And GSIT 8 flat right. Wicks in the 8, that's completely fine. Why do I say that's fine? We have the volume increase. 7 seconds left on this candle. We got the bid stacked at 98 right here. Let's see if we can get some follow through this time. Really giving you that inverse head and shoulders look now. I mean, there's not too much more I can do with this channel. I can't really adjust this any more than what I have. If it can just get some volume, I think we're going to see a nice little pop right here. Kind of rejecting it now. We're sitting at 91s. This chart's actually off. We have 11 lots to take out at 95. So this is the level we kind of need to take out on this candle. Now we're sitting at 92s. So we're sitting currently right there at 92s. You can see that was the tape of 92s coming in right there. Now we have 4 lots on 94 right there that we got to take out. We're able to take those out. Now we're just sitting 4 lots at 98 or 99. So this is the level that we need to take out right there. We got 4 lots to take out. We have 1 lot on 92s. So this is the spread that we're sitting at right there. Now we have lots stacking at 93s. Let's see if we can get a breakout here in the last hour, in the last 45 minutes. I think we'll have our answer on this name before the market closes. If we get a pop, nice, I love it. If we don't, okay, reevaluation. The lot we need to take out is now 98. We took those out and we just took out 99s. All we have is 4 lots on 8 flat. Hopefully in this candle, anyone who wanted to sell 8 flat kind of got their fill. And let's see if we can see some buyers come in and see if we can get this pop into the close. Now 5 lots on 95 or 80 or 98. There's 98. It just took those out. Oh, it only took out 2 of the lots, so we still have 4 lots to break through right here, but you can see the wick of buying pressure. This is what we want to see. Candles green, 11 minutes left. Can we see some volume increasing? So the previous candle had a roughly 12,000. Current candle's at 5,000, and we still have 2/3 of the candle left to play out. So we are getting a little bit of increased volume, I would say. I think if it takes out 8, we're going to see some volume come in. Come on. Any moment now we should be getting some volume. Still the same 4 lots. No volumes coming through this. 10 minutes left. We are on a 10-minute counter now. Can we get the breakout that we need? Looking over here, you can see it kind of following this descending channel. Could it start giving you the break? This looks like wick up, right back down to me. That's what it looks like to me. MGRX. Kind of breaking this little descending wedge. Gets a pop up to 76. Rejecting some levels. Here's your previous lows. 180. And pulling right back down. Three lots on 97s. Oh, I didn't even see this move. How about this sideways chop? I'm gonna tell you right now, I'd be shocked if this was the top wick. If you were looking at punching a swing, look at that descending channel right there. Look at that wick into the top end of the channel that attempts to fill this gap. Ooh, man, this looks pretty damn good, honestly. You got the early look of a channel. How about that? Even from current price with the pop. I'd say that looks pretty damn good. And GSIT looks like we are going to get some flush action here. Testing the downtrend. This is not how we wanted this candle to end, but we'll give this a little room. And yeah, I would expect this to end the day pretty poorly. As now, are we going to follow this descending channel? Coming back in to 760. Do I want to hold it into that, or do we just trade it tomorrow? Or trade it the next time we come in contact with this uptrend? If we just pull this over. We're looking at Friday. Do we meet up right in somewhere in here on Friday? Tough to tell. Tough to tell. That's going to be up to me to decide in the back half of the day. Let's go see if we got any size on the tape. No size on the tape. Between now and the market close is when I'm going to decide whether I want to hold this into the close or not. Now we truly have maybe an inverse head and shoulders if this catches a bid. Yeah, it is tough to say. This is truly going to test the buttons a little bit. Looking at the 30-minute, Very wicky into this 8. Kind of at the middle of this green candle right here. We have 6 minutes left on this candle. It's probably going to be done for the day, honestly, huh? A little bit of buying pressure coming in at the back half of this candle. Increased volume. I do not want to see that. Does this have a chance to hold? My dog thinks it's time to eat. LU1R coming into a level. Is this some sort of ascending channel? Too late in the day to start a new position, in my opinion. Yeah, this is gonna be a boring tail end of the live stream. Really boring. How about that? Volume will tell you. Boom. How's that for an uptrend? Looks as bearish as it can get right there. Uptrend, hold. Some sort of ascending channel. As soon as we broke this downtrend. Early signs. You see the increased volume through that? Early signs of this uptrend. It would have been tough to tell right here. I'm sure if you go to a 30-minute. Look at that volume. Boom, 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 boom. 3 candles. 1, 2, 3. That's the open of the candle. Just followed the uptrend. That's all it did. Oh, we got 2 minutes left on this candle. What do we want to do? 3 minutes left. What do we want to do? We've nursed this position all day. Do we just take the winner and go, or ugh. Well, I've had a long day. It'd be easy to just cut it. This 30 minutes been holding the teal. Holding that 21 all day. I feel I'm gonna hate myself if I cut this. How many trades have I paper handed over the last week? How many? G and S catching a bid today. Early signs of an uptrend? Maybe. Minute and a half left. Oh, what to do? What to do? And there's a break at 80. And this looks like she's gonna be done. That's a break of the uptrend that's been holding strong. We're hovered over the sell button. Hovered over it. And that's gonna do it. We cut it. Let's see where our official print came in at. The official print came in 771. We had to do it. We knew it was coming. We said it at the top of this candle. We're going to get this decision that's going to make in the next candle. And yeah, it sucks. It sucks. That's why you respect levels. And I would have never guessed that Soundhound was the one that held strong on the day. And just for matter's sake, let's go ahead and just get out of this position as well. Let's go ahead and mark it out of this for the winning trade that it was. And maybe we can revisit this tomorrow. God, it has a nice uptrend that's been holding though. A lot of red volume coming into the level. Let's go ahead and cut that one as well. So both the trades are done for. And let's get a quick recap of the NASDAQ and then we'll end the stream for the day. So now that we're coming to a close on the NASDAQ, I can see if I just mark that previous low, a slight wick into it for now in the middle of this red candle. I'm still going to stick with it. I'd be shocked if this was the top, even if we have to pull back into this previous high before we make a further bounce. GSIT, I do like this candle that's putting in on the day. I love it. Let's see if tomorrow we can get a fill around that 740, 750 range. There's 750. There's 740. Sort of like that. I would be shocked if this was the wick high of this move. You had a nice W pattern. Beautiful looking W pattern right there. Do we need to retest this before we can make a further move? I think we probably trade like this, chop action, and do some of this neckline. And yeah, it sucks having to cut a position that you think is going to go higher. And for all I know, this ends up getting a nice green candle to the upside. It's a really solid look. But God forbid it gaps down even underneath of this. We will be revisiting GSIT. Mark my words, we will be. And I'll be damned, look at this move we had, guys. What did we say? We said 1090. We should have just put our eyes over here, and we would be sitting pretty right now. Man, what a move into the close. Congrats to anybody who took this trade. And yeah, would have been nice to have it. Let's see what this percent move is on the day. That wick top, 27% we could have hit. Damn you, GSIT, for taking our attention. I'd say this is a legitimate downtrend. And other than that, I haven't paid any attention to if anyone's watching. Doesn't look like anyone's watching. It's alright. One of these days we will have a lot more people tuned into the stream at all times. I'm not worried about that in the long haul. At the end of the day, we did take a nice gain on GSIT, and I believe our out was a good out. We got a 771. Sometimes you gotta make decisions on the fly, and you gotta let it go. And that's probably going to call it for a live stream today, guys. I appreciate anybody that tuned in. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. And we will see you on the next one. Peace.